Guys, look what I got. Look what I got. It's the Aldi Reformer Pilates machine. I managed to get the last one, so we're just about to set it up. This should be fun. This should be abundant exercise for me and Zach. This is an absolute mission. Look at this. Like, hello? Why is there so many parts? Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. Mission complete. That was actually really, really easy up until the last hurdle. We failed at the last hurdle. We couldn't get the pulleys to be the right length, and we ended up snapping the rope underneath, and that was a whole thing. But I managed to do like a makeshift situation. So this is the Reformer. I mean, it's actually pretty good. It is a little bit wobbly, like I do have to say. It's not the most sturdy thing in the world, but it was only £150. So I'm going to try and set this up over in this corner so I can do some practicing. Please do not mind the state of me, the sheer state of me coming on the internet like this, but I'm just making a revision plan. Basically, the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot going on. It's been my birthday, it's been Zach's birthday. There's just been a lot of like life things happening, which means I've really put revision on the back burner for probably just over 2 weeks. I've kind of just ignored it. However, I really need to like get into it now. Like I really need to make this my priority and my main focus. All of the life admin is kind of been and gone. And I feel like it was kind of an excuse for me to procrastinate a little bit as well, because I just didn't really want to study. However, today is the day. I'm sitting down, I'm making a proper revision plan, and I'm going to stick to it every single day. I'm going to treat this like my life depends on it from here on out. And I just don't think anyone realises how much material there is that you actually have to learn. I certainly didn't realise. Like I thought, I'll make this plan, I'll smash it out in like a couple of weeks. These people that are becoming qualified in like a month or two, like I don't know what courses they're doing. I'm not bashing them, like I'm sure it's a great course, but I don't know what courses they're doing where they can pass a qualification in a month or two, because the amount of content that I have to learn is a little bit obscene. Like it's actually a little bit obscene. There's hundreds of exercises, and for every single exercise there's multiple different modifications that you can do, multiple ways to make it easier, to make it harder. Like there's so much to know. So I'm just sitting down making this revision plan, and I'm actually like running out of time. I have to sit this exam by December, and really I'd like to sit it quite a lot earlier. I'd quite like to sit it in September or October. There's still another 9 days left on this course that I've got. So I've still got another good chunk of exercises to learn. And I still haven't even touched on anatomy, and I still haven't even touched on posture review, which is telling me I kind of need to book my ideas up a little bit and go a little bit more aggressive with this. If I think back to when I sat my like academic exams, if you like, 5 years ago, whenever it was, I was aggressive with the study. Like I would sit down and study between 5 and 11 p.m. every single night. I would study every single weekend from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Like I was aggressive. Obviously, that was probably a lot harder, granted. However, I need to take this a little bit more seriously than what I have been doing, not just a few hours here and there. But it's just a lot harder now. It's so much harder to study. Back then, I lived at home. I lived with my parents. Everything was done for me. It was my only focus. Whereas now, I've got a house. I've got a partner. I've got a gym routine. I need to cook. Like, there's just other things to consider, and it's just so much harder to study at this age, I feel like. But anyways, I'm waffling. Let me show you my revision plan. So it's not perfect, but this is how I've set it out. So I've just put down each day of the week starting from the 9th of June, the focus of the week, what I want to focus on, and then each day I've set out what I'm going to do. So each day I'm going to learn around 5 exercises, practice them, and then also practice teaching them. So I've done 5 exercises each for that week, and then we just get into other exercises on other weeks. So this is the mat stuff. So again, 5 exercises for each day, learn them, practice teaching them, and then so on and so forth. I need to continue finishing out the rest of this. But yeah, like I say, it's all well and good going over it once, but you can't just go over it once. I won't know it from going over it once. So it's all well and good saying, okay, I can cover all the exercises, I can practice them, and I can practice teaching them, but I will forget them. So I need to like redo that multiple times. And I also need to learn all of the different muscles in the body and all of the different postures, which I haven't even touched on yet, because I thought, let me get the exercises down, and then I can be practicing that in the background while I do the theory stuff. Theory stuff's easier to me. That's much easier. Learning all the muscles in the body, I feel like I'll find quite easy once I get going. That's easy. sit down, put a podcast on, bash them out. The physical stuff is where I struggle because I'm quite like a logical, more academic thinker, whereas this is more like practical, creative style, if that makes sense. I'm more left-sided of the brain rather than right-sided, and I feel like learning the muscles is left side, learning the exercises is right side. So this is where I struggle. So I thought, let me do this first, and then I can probably bash that out in like a week or two. Okay, I just wanted to come on and have a little TED talk about people realising this is actually not messing about. If you're going to do this course, you can't mess about. Like, you've got to buckle in, and I'm about to buckle in. Let's go. I'm excited for the point where I know more. Right now I know nothing and I hate it, but when I know more, I'll love it, if that makes sense. Hi guys. It is a couple of days later now, and I thought I would give you the lowdown on the Reformer Pilates machine. Ignore the Hoover. The Reformer Pilates machine that is now in the middle of my living room and will remain in the middle of my living room for the foreseeable future. I'm hoping you can see that. I'm sure you can see that. It's massive. Checking I don't have any cross on my lips. I did just have a cross on. So basically, when I was on my Reformer Pilates course, to be eligible to sit your exam, you have to get so many hours of physical practice in, and it can't just be any physical practice of any Reformer Pilates class. Like, I couldn't just turn up at anybody's studio and do anybody's class. It has to be a Stott qualified Reformer Pilates instructor teaching the Stott repertoire. So it has to be these exercises. I can't just log hours doing any old random exercises in any old random class. Finding a studio with a Stott qualified instructor that is just teaching Stott repertoire classes near me is basically impossible. They're all down south and I need like 40 or 50 hours. So I'm not traveling down to London for multiple classes. Like, it's just ridiculous. So in order to get my practice in, I really, really, really need to be practicing at home, because obviously I'm then in control of which exercises I'm doing and I can practice whatever I want. So I really needed to be practicing at home. When I was on my course last month, whenever it was, lots of the people in the course were buying machines to put in their house. Let me tell you how much the proper machines are, like the ones that I'm going to sit my exam on, the Merrithew ones, like the ones that are the machines, okay? They're £3,500 Great British pounds. £3,500. Multiple people on this course were buying this machine to just put in their home. I was like, one, where are you just finding £3,500 to buy this machine? Like, out of nowhere, like it's just nothing. Two, where on earth are you putting this machine? Because they're much bigger than this one. They're like a lot taller and they're just bigger. Where are you putting that? Like, how have you got the space for that? My intention was to put mine in my garage, however, it has ended up in my living room. Basically, when I was on the course, I was getting a little bit stressed that I wasn't going to be able to get enough practice in. Cut a long story short. If you don't know by now, I'm a waffler. Then, you girl sees on TikTok that Aldi are releasing the Reformer Pilates machines. So these got released in Australia, whenever it was, last year, whenever, and they went viral and they sold out within minutes. There was loads of reviews all over TikTok. Everyone was saying they were really, really good. And as if by magic, literally a week after I finished my course, they released them in the UK. So I'm like, okay, I need one of these machines. I need one of these machines. It's only £150, which is still a lot of money just to pluck out of nowhere. However, it's not £3,000. And realistically, I'd spend that on going to classes anyways. Like, I'd very easily spend £150 going to classes. So I thought, I need it, okay? This machine got released at 10 AM on Sunday. I actually couldn't go to Aldi at 10 AM on that Sunday. I was busy. So I texted my sister the night before. I was like, look, these machines are going to sell out at 10 AM on the... No, was it 9 AM? It was 9 AM, sorry. These machines are going to sell out at 9 AM on the dot. Can you please, like, go to Aldi? She was like, yeah, I'll go to Aldi for you. I'll be there at 9 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. So I gave her my bank card and I said, please go to Aldi and do whatever it takes to get this machine, because I fear that they're going to sell out. She rings me on the morning. She's like, I don't know which Aldi to go to. Like, I'm getting stressed. I'm on the way. Should I go to this Aldi? Should I go to this Aldi? Like, I've only got one opportunity to get this. If I pick the wrong Aldi, I could not get it. And I'm like, you know what? I trust you. Like, just do what you can. Just please get me this machine. Don't leave Aldi without this Reformer Pilates machine. She's like, I'm stressed. I'm like, please, girl, just do what it takes. She's texting me. She's like, I'm in the queue. I'm getting in. I'm blah, blah, blah. And anyways, she manages to get the last one. Now, I don't know how this girl pulled this off. I do not know how she pulled this off, because I seen all over TikTok, people were queuing up from like 7 AM. People were getting tickets to stand in the queue, like number 1, number 2, number 3. So when they opened, they were like first in line to get them. People were going the night before. Like, people were going crazy for this machine. She somehow manages to rock up 9 o'clock on the dot, saunter into the shop and get the last one.
I don't know how she did it. Honestly, the look, someone was watching over me. Someone was watching over me that day, because the look, if she hadn't got it, that machine, I would never have got one. And then I literally would have been stuck. I've only had it like a week, but it's been a godsend in terms of helping me practice. Like, I can't even explain to you how much this has helped me. And I've literally only had it a week. I feel like this is going to make everything so much easier, because I can just sit and revise. I can read an exercise and I can hop on the machine and I can do it straight away. I don't need to wait to go to a class on a Saturday. I don't need to just mimic it on the floor. I can find out the spring tension. Like, I can do it just there and then. And I can't even explain how happy I am that I've got one. Like, I can't even explain how happy I am. The initial plan was to put it in the garage, but I just thought, you know what, it's only a short period of time. It's only going to be here for a couple of months. I'm probably going to sell it at the end of my qualification. Like, once I'm qualified, I've got nowhere for that. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll sell it, or I'll give it away to somebody that's doing their course. I mean, it is a bit of an eyesore. Like, that Hoover's not really helping the case. It is a little bit of an eyesore. Like, it's not ideal. It's just in the middle of the living room, but, you know, it's only short term. Anyways, that's the story of the machine. If you're sitting your qualification and you don't have one, and Aldi near you has one, I can't tell you how much it's worth, the £150. Like, I can't explain how much it's worth that. If you just think, skip out on the Costas for a couple of weeks, skip out on the takeaways, and you'd be able to get yourself the machine, and it's changed my life. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go drink my Costa. I'm going to do some revision. I'm revising the Essential Reformer repertoire today, so I'm going to do a little bit of revising with the book, a little bit of practice on the machine, and that's my Saturday. So, roll the montage. I made it. It took me 4.5 hours, but I made it. And I'm here, and I'm tired. I've had a vanilla latte, and I've had, some Weetabix. And I'm raring to go for day one. Well, semi-raring to go, semi-tired, semi-raring to go. No makeup day today, because it just is. Let me show you my OOTD. This is as good as it gets today. I've got on some black flared leggings, also just a black gym top. This jumper is Primark, and then headband is probably Amazon, not sure. The tiredness has just started to set in, I do have to say. I have arrived. I've been here a couple of hours now, actually. When I first got here, I was absolutely fine. I had some Weetabix, I was chilling, I was feeling wide awake, and I haven't even set off for the course yet. Like, it hasn't started, and I feel really tired. Like, I feel like I've done a full day now. It has just started to set in. I'm on coffee number 2 of the day. You know, it's a one-off, so it's fine. And I always love these glasses when I come to face, so happy for that. I'm about to set off very shortly. I'm gonna get this down me to try and keep me awake. It's only a short day today. It's only about it's about 5 hours. So I need to just try to stay engaged for those 5 hours. I do also have an energy drink in my bag that I'm going to take with me just in case. I'm being a little bit dramatic. Like, I didn't actually get up that much earlier than usual. I got up at 4 a.m. and I usually get up between 6 and 6:30. It's only an extra 2 hours. Like, it's not crazy. So, second coffee of the day. And it's delicious. Okay, I'm going to go get this down me, and then we're going to set off. So we are on the way for Pilates teacher training, day 4. Oh, I don't know what that beeping is.
I feel like today's going to be actually really hard. Today we're starting the intermediate exercises rather than the essential exercises, which is obviously just like more difficult exercises. So I feel like today's going to be quite hard. I am feeling a little bit tired, but I really wanted to walk here just to get some fresh air, get some steps, get some movement in, because I just have been sat down since 4 a.m. this morning, which was a lot. So feeling a little bit tired, but I'm hoping the next kind of 4 or 5 hours go pretty quickly so I can get home, get my tea, and yeah, just have a good night's sleep, to be honest. But let's go to teacher training, day 4. The sheer state of me, the sheer audacity I have to be out in public like this. Today was overwhelmed city, overwhelmed station. However, I got a bit embarrassed, I thought there was somebody there. I'm actually really proud of myself, like really proud of myself, because I feel like I did so good today. Yeah, I feel like I actually did so good today. Like we had to do some like practice teaching and I knew what to say, I knew all of the exercises, like I'd done a lot of revision over the last week. That Aldi reformer, excuse me, really saved my life. What is going on? Hang on. And then we had to do this postural analysis assessment, which I'm sorry, right? I was fully ready. As I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, we had to do a postural analysis, and I always think that my posture is shocking. Like I feel like I've got like a little bit of a hunchback. I feel like my shoulders are really protracted forward. Like I feel like that posture is really bad just from being on a computer all the time and being hunched over. Apparently, I'm a model student. Apparently my posture is actually really good. I've got a really neutral pelvis, I don't have hyperextended knees, I don't have an elevated scapula. Like apparently my posture's where it's at. So that is something I didn't know about myself, and I always thought I had really poor posture. But apparently my posture is pretty good. I'm gonna go because it's pretty windy and I want to get my tea. I'll speak to you shortly.
Thank you very much. Dinner is served. We've got honey roasted mustard chicken with veggies and potatoes. Stunning. Send help. Somebody. Good night, cruel world. It's currently 9:30 and I'm about to get into bed. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I'm overwhelmed. I've learned a lot. I've had some gorgeous tea and now I'm ready for bed. I'm going to tuck myself in bed. I'm going to put some YouTube on my phone and I'm going to just chill out and have a really nice, good, long night's sleep. I feel like it's well earned and well deserved. Early start in the morning, I'm going to get up and get my hot girl walk in, get my steps in, and then we have another full day of Pilates tomorrow, like not a half day. It's a full day, so buckle in. I'm taking myself off to sleep. Peace out, over and out, good night. See you in the morning. Good morning, gorgeous people. I have been up bright and early this morning, so I thought we could have a little catch up just while I do my skincare for the day. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Well, I actually woke up at 4:45. 4:45 a.m. This girlie was wide awake in this bed, like could not get back to sleep for the life of me. I kind of like tossed and turned for a little bit. I really tried my best to get back to sleep, but it just wasn't happening. So I thought, you know what, rather than just lie in bed for like 3 hours scrolling on TikTok, I'm actually going to get up and get out of bed and just go and do something. So I just took myself off to the gym and I didn't do much, to be honest. I was in the gym I woke up at 5. I was in the gym for maybe like 6:45, 7. And I just took myself on the treadmill. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to put YouTube on and I'm just going to walk on the treadmill just to get some steps in. I couldn't really be bothered to do much else, but I thought some steps is better than nothing. So I walked on the treadmill for like an hour and 15 minutes, just watched some YouTube. And then I've just come back, had a shower, and doing my skincare for the day. I've got about an hour before I need to leave for Pilates, which is quite nice. I can just have a little bit of a chill. But I thought we could do a little catch up on yesterday's events. So yesterday was postural analysis that we done for the most part of the day. So it's actually quite in depth, like the postural analysis stuff. It's not just a case of like looking at someone and saying, oh, they've got like this going on with their leg or this going on with their spine. Like you have to really do really specific things, that you have to find really specific bones in the shoulders, really specific bones in the pelvis, and like check the distance on the left, check the distance on the right. Like it's really prescriptive. You can't just like make it up and look at someone's posture. Like it's really prescriptive that you have to check the exact same bones, check the exact distance, like do it in the exact order from the bottom to the top, do it on the left, do it on the right, do it at the front, do it at the back. Like, it's really, really prescriptive what you have to do. So I can't actually remember every single thing that you had to do, but we had to do a practice run yesterday, like that we were paired up and we had to do like a little practice run of checking each other's postures, which is actually really hard because a lot of people's posture differences are very, very subtle. Like, you might have slightly one shoulder higher than the other, but I mean, you're not walking around like this. Like, it's ever so slightly. So I can't remember which one of mine was higher, but I do have one slightly higher than the other. You might be slightly rounded in the shoulders, you might be slightly retracted in the shoulders, like you might not be directly in the center. So it is really, really subtle things like that. I'm just putting a little bit of this Q&A niacinamide SPF on because not that there's any sunshine, but we need to get rid of these sunspots that I've got going on. So yeah, we were doing the postural analysis and pretty much every girl in the class had like this going on. That just went directly in my oh my god, it burns. Yeah, pretty much everyone had something going on, like this going on with their pelvis, that going on, this going on with their feet. And then we got to me and they were like, that looks pretty good, that looks pretty good, that looks pretty good. Like, granted, I had one or two things, but like for the most part, it looked pretty good. And I was shocked because I was expecting mine to be the worst out of everyone's. I know my shoulders are really rounded. I know I sit in one hip a lot. I know that my back's really hunched over. I know that my head's really forward of my neck. Like, I know all of these things from sitting at a desk for so long and from always looking at my phone, always looking down. Like, I know all of those things from my own posture. So I was really surprised when we got to me how well I actually did. But it actually makes you really hyper aware of it. Like, I really want to start looking after my posture a lot better, standing up straight, pushing my shoulders back, trying to fix all of these like little structural imbalances, because although they might not make a difference and they might be very subtle now, when you get older, there probably are things that you're gonna feel a lot more. Like, if you've got one hip that's a lot stronger than the other, as I get older, I'm probably gonna notice that. If you've got one ankle that's really weak, like, etc. So I really want to try and like hone in on that. So I've got my little sheet of all the like different things that I had, and I'm really gonna try with my own practice and stuff at home to just like focus on those things to really like strengthen up and get everything balanced out. Pop on a little bit of lip balm, and that's skincare done for the day, really. That's all I'm going to do. This is a really nice lip balm. It's pretty much like the same as the road ones. If you don't want to pay the shipping on the road and you're in the UK, this is really nice. It's from this brand. So that was yesterday. I honestly managed really well with getting up at 4 a.m. and driving down. I thought I was going to really, really struggle to like stay awake and stay engaged, and I was absolutely fine. When I got home last night, I had my dinner and got into bed really early, got into bed about 9:30, but then I couldn't sleep. It was a bit too early, so I didn't go to sleep till about 11. Granted, I was scrolling on TikTok. I definitely shouldn't have done that, but I didn't go to sleep till about 11. And then I was up at 5 again this morning, so, well, 4:45. So is my new wake up time 4 a.m? Like, have I programmed that already after like 1 or 2 nights? I don't know, but I feel fine now. Like, I feel awake. I'm definitely gonna have a coffee. I'm gonna go downstairs now and make myself a coffee. Like I said, I've got about an hour, so I'm just gonna chill for an hour and then we'll set off for Pilates. Let's see how today goes in terms of tiredness. Maybe it's gonna sink in now on day 2. I'm not mad at it. If I'm starting to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, I would actually be really, really happy with that. I'm gonna get like an extra 3 hours of my day, which is just chef's kiss. So I'm not sure what the plan of attack is today. I've got no idea what we're covering in the class. There was a couple of girls there yesterday that have already done the course like a few months ago, and they're just observing to like recap their knowledge. And it was really nice to hear from them as well, that even though they've been practicing and like revising for a good couple of months, they still feel really overwhelmed and that there's still like such a breadth of information and it's just quite intense, which is really nice because I kind of thought it was just me a little bit. Other people in the class are struggling as well, but other people in the class have taught Pilates for years. I think I'm the only one where I have no knowledge whatsoever, like no experience, no knowledge, no sports background, no fitness background, like nothing. I think I'm the only one in that camp. Everyone else has a bit of something, or they already teach on a weekend, or they used to do sports science or whatever. I'm the only one that's like, hello, what's a FEMA? Gonna go get some breakfast, get a coffee, and then, yeah, let's see what day 2 brings. Well, day 5, but day 2 of this week. This is today's breakfast. I've got 2 Weetabix with some milk, raspberries, flaxseed and honey, and I've just made myself a nice coffee to go with it. So I'm going to sit down and have 10 minutes to enjoy this. Quick little OTD, everything is glow mode because it's the best. Burgundy gym set is, that's all the way up there, I don't know why. Burgundy gym set is glow mode. Jacket is also glow mode. These are the best ever. They're such a Lululemon dupe and they are probably an 1/8 of the price of Lululemon, so this is today's little gym fit, and I have to go because I'm late. So let's go. Hi guys, I'm home. Another day of Pilates training. Complete tick. We actually got some homework to do tonight that was actually quite intense. It's probably like a good 5 hours work, honestly, I would say. But I was really smoking. I was actually a star student, and when she assigned the homework, I was like, I've already done that. I've already completed that, so I don't need to do anything tonight, which is really good. I had like one thing to do, which it took me like 20 minutes. So it's homemade pizza night. That is just the air fryer, if you can hear that. But we've just been to Sainsbury's and done a little food shop. We've got some pizza bases and some tomato. We've got some mozzarella, an assortment of meat prosciutto pepperoni, some balsamic glaze. We also get mushrooms, whipped up a little garlic dip to go on there. So we're gonna make some homemade healthy pizzas and just chill for the rest of the evening, which is unreal. Absolutely buzzing. I don't have to do any homework. I was a little bit smug today. I was actually star people, if I do say so myself, because I've actually done so much revision and people hadn't really done much else. And I had flashcards, I'd like made a full study plan, and that's on being type A and having a spreadsheet of every single day of your life. But anyways, right, we're gonna make some homemade pizzas and I will show you the finished result because I'm a hungry gal. Okay, this is the before and I'll show you the after. This is the pizza all prepped. This looks absolutely bloody delicious. So we'll pop this in the oven and it will be in my mouth in 12 minutes. This is the finished result. Look how good this looks. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. I'm going to top it with some rocket and a little bit of balsamic. Tiny bit. Yeah, that's enough. There's your dip. This is what dreams are made of. Like, actually. This is what dreams are made of. Time for a taste test. I'm gonna get a slice with some rocket, some sauce, some garlic dip. No. It literally tastes like it's from a restaurant. It tastes like it's from a restaurant. Good morning, guys. I'm up before anybody else, and I'm gonna head to the gym just to get a little quick walk in before Pilates class today. It's about 7:30, I think. And my Apple Watch is broke. I've just tried to put my Apple Watch on, obviously, because I want to track my steps. It's been on charge all night, and it won't switch on. It literally won't switch on. I don't know what's happened to it. It's just broke overnight. It was fine last night when I went to bed. Put it on charge, and it's just not coming on this morning, which is really, really upsetting. How am I going to know how many steps I've done? How am I going to know? So I'm just make some juice, and then we're going to go to the gym. I'm trying to be quiet because they're trying to have a nice Sunday lie-in, and here I am being insufferable up at 6:30 a.m. All of the taps in this house are not allowed to sing, and so this is going to wake everybody up. Okay, let's go. Bye. Okay guys, last day of Pilates training for this week. OOTD is super basic. I've got on this navy Adenoma set and my Shein Glow Mode jacket again.
And then we've got a 4-hour drive back to Newcastle later on this evening, so that should be fun. Wish me luck. Today's gym session was just a 30-minute walk on the treadmill. That's all I had time for. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to be sat in the car for like 4 hours later on, and maybe 5 hours. I'm not going to get any movement in. I'm going to do a bit of Pilates now, obviously, but not many steps. So I thought, let me just get on the treadmill, get some steps in. I couldn't use my Apple Watch, which was so annoying, but I just looked at the distance, and then that's how sad I am. I just googled how many steps I would have done in that distance. So I've done my 10,000 steps, and yeah, I'm gonna have a coffee, have some Weetabix as per usual, and then I need to set off in about 10ish minutes. Another full day of Pilates, so we need to be caffeinated, we need to be good to go, and then the drive back later on, which I'm not looking forward to, but it'll be okay. At least the sun's shining, at least it's not raining this time, because on the way down it was raining, which was really not a nice drive at all. So hopefully sun stays shining, Sunday drivers, everyone's off the road, and I can just zoom back and forth. That is day 3 of Reformer Pilates teacher training complete. Tick. Today was intense, but we finished 30 minutes earlier than planned, which is an absolute score because it means I've got an extra 30 minutes on the road. I'm stocked up with an oat milk latte that I've just made in the studio, which was unreal. So I've got that with me, and I've still got that monster that I got from 3 days ago, just in case. But I'm hoping I don't want to stop for the toilet. I want to just race home. I want to make really good time. If I leave now, 4 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should be home for 7:30, which is stunning. It means I've got time for a shower, a chill, all of the things. But I'm starving, so I'm gonna have this Nupo protein bar. I've picked up my wrong favourite flavour. My favourite one's salted caramel, and I've picked up peanut. That is devastating. Absolutely bloody devastating. We're off. I'll speak to you when I get home. I've had a gorgeous weekend, but I'm tired and I just want to be in bed. So see you when I see you. Bye.